Good morning, everybody. I am not on camera this morning because I kind of feel like shit today, but the day after the bug fix patch, we have gotten the developer update for September 2024. This is going to be everything that is coming to the mid-chapter PTB, which is next week on the 17th, and of course I'll be doing a video on that whenever the mid-chapter drops. But, Jesus Christ. I have not read through this yet. I'm actually getting to it about 30 minutes after it's been posted. And from what people are telling me, it's not very good. So I'm a little bit worried, but we're going to go through this together. And let's hope that the developers didn't fuck anything up this time around. The next update features an especially large number of perk tweaks and reworks on top of our usual killer tweaks and new features. In this post, we'll dig into each of the changes and share our reasoning behind them. I actually like this, a large number of perk tweaks and reworks. To me, this is what the mid-chapter should be. I said this in one of my other videos, but I want them to stop releasing characters during a mid-chapter and start always focusing on making the mid-chapters like massive game-wide changes, while the main chapters are where you bring characters in. So I like the idea that you're going to be touching a large number of them. I just hope that the changes are good. So starting off, first up, they got the finishing Mory, which is, let's go ahead and read it. It's a new mechanic. The killer can now perform a Mory on the final survivor without using an offering. Objects obstructing the camera during a Mory animation will fade away. Oh, well, no more cinematic camera fuckery then, I guess. Okay, that's whatever. Memento Mory offerings now have a new effect, gain a large blood point bonus when performing a Mory on the final survivor. When the finishing Mory system was tested previously, many found it and the surrounding gameplay changes to have too large of an effect on the match. We have scaled back this system better to suit what players expected from it. Killers now have the option to kill the final survivor if they so choose. This will provide some visual flair and create a satisfying end to a match. Since this change would make Memento Mory offerings obsolete, we have reworked them instead to reward the killer with a large amount of blood points based on their rarity when a Mory is performed. We've also added a new mechanic which hides nearby. So wait, does that mean you're completely getting rid of like ebony Morys as well? So like we can't use ebony Morys to... Wait, or is the memento... So the memento is just the... No, because it says based on their rarity. So, yeah, that means they got rid of the ability to Mory all 4 survivors? No more... What the fuck? There's no way, dude. How is it the entire community says, hey, don't do this, and you fucking do it? Okay, bro. Alright, dude. Alright, let's just hope this is like the last of the bullshit. Fucking hell. Alright, survivor perks, teamwork, power of 2. This effect will linger for a few seconds when out of range. Re-entering the range before the linger time expires will maintain the effects. That's good. Increase the range from 8, 12, 16 meters, was 12 meters. Okay. Removed, teamwork power of 2 no longer has a cooldown. That's cool. And no longer deactivates when the survivor loses a health state. That's also cool. So this is the one that grants a speed boost to healing as long as they stick together. This alone is pretty conditional, so we've removed the cooldown entirely and removed the added deactivation clause to simplify the perk. Yeah, no, I'm down for that. It's a great buff. I still don't think that it's going to do much of anything because the power of 2 perks are just too reliant on survivors sticking together, and that's just not the optimal way to play. But looks like they're also updating power of stealth with basically the same exact thing as we just read. You know, you can re-enter the range before the effect wears off. They increase the range by 4 meters. No longer has a cooldown and no longer deactivates when you lose a health state. So that's good. Next up is corrective action. Now applies to survivors within 8 meters, was cooperating on the same action. Prevented failed skill checks, now become great skill checks, was good. That is What? Holy shit! Okay, that's... They called that a minor update, but that's pretty massive. That means anybody working on a gen with you with corrective action can now, not only does their failed not do anything, but it also now increases the progress of the gen. Because if you don't know, hitting a good skill check just progresses the gen as normal, while hitting a great skill check progresses the gen by an additional 1% when you hit it. So, and this also applies, so like if you see the killer coming and you get off a gen, and then the survivor next to you gets off the same gen, but they get a skill check at the same moment they get off the gen, instead of that skill check blowing the gen, it'll be a great skill check instead, which doesn't seem like that's a lot, but that actually could end up making the difference between a gen getting completed while the killer's in chase and a gen not being completed. I think this is a lot bigger than people realize. Is it going to be like a meta perk? No, but it's definitely raised the perk's power level up at least a tier. Yeah. Inner Focus, increase the ore reading duration to 6, 8, 10 seconds was 3, 4, 5, and remove the range requirement. This perk previously required you to be within 32 meters of a survivor who loses a health state, meaning you would often know where the killer is anyway, and we have removed this condition. This will make... Wait! Oh my god. So yeah, so when a survivor loses a health state, no matter where they are, you just get to see the killer. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna live forever. Increased healing speed bonus to 150% was 100%. Survivors aren't left in the dying state often, so we want to make sure this perk is effective when the situation arises. Enduring effect no longer needs to be activated. New added a 30-second cooldown to the endurance effect. So now when you pick people up from the ground with We're Gonna Live Forever, it just straight up gives them endurance. And you heal them 150% faster from the ground. Yeah, okay. I'm not mad at it. It's definitely strong though. These are some pretty significant buffs, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're buffing the shit out of these perks. I hope the killer perks are gonna get the same treatment. Poised. When you first start repairing a generator, see the killer's aura for 6 seconds. Change, increase the duration 10, 12, 14 seconds. If you're not aware, Poised was whenever you wait a minute. Yeah, so whenever a generator is completed, you don't leave scratch marks. They buff that part, which is great, but it says when you first start repairing a generator, see the killer's aura for 6 seconds. So can you just keep tapping a generator every 6 seconds to see the killer's aura? I'm gonna have to test that. Because if that's the case, holy fucking shit, dude. What's with all this? God damn. They're just feeding survivors information now. Holy crap. Blood Rush. Change. Blood Rush now activates for 40, 50, 60 seconds after being unhooked. Previously activated permanently when you were 1 hook away from death. Okay. Blood Rush now deactivates upon performing a conspicuous action. Blood Rush now deactivates when the exit gates are powered. Blood Rush no longer heals or provides the broken status effect. So basically what this means, so Blood Rush is the perk where you can activate it to get rid of exhaustion immediately. So basically what this does now is once you get unhooked for 60 seconds, as long as you don't touch a gen or try to heal someone or try to sabotage the hook, you can sprint burst, pop it, and then sprint burst again. So it's become an anti-tunnel tool. Yes, a good buff. I just don't think we needed more anti-tunnel tools in this fucking game. But, you know, why not? At this point, like, I'm sorry to be negative here, guys, but like at this fucking point, I just don't care anymore, man. Survivors have 50 billion second chance perks. Might as well fucking hand them more. Now we're handing them a whole bunch of information perks to just see the killer's aura for free across the map. Like, just, all right, bro. All right, man. Quick Gambit update. When chased, see the auras of other survivors. Actually not mad at that one. Quick Gambit now has a 60-second cooldown upon losing a health state. Reduced repair speed to 3-4-5%, was 6-7-8%. And repair speed bonus no longer has a limit. What? What the fuck? Why are we adding more gen speed? What the hell? Oh my god. What do you mean? Dude, so you put this on, and if the person wearing this is like even a half decent looper, that is a bare minimum of 30 seconds of everyone on the map getting 5% additional repair speed. Are you fucking insane? I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it, bro. I swear to God, if the killer perk section does not include some massive regression buffs, I'm actually going to lose my goddamn mind. Distortion no longer has tokens and instead deactivates once used until the next time you are chased. Increase the duration to 8, 10, 12 seconds. What does that mean? Distortion counters a lot of perks and add-ons. The token system and recharge mechanic makes Distortion far too effective and allows survivors to go unseen for the entire match. To limit its effectiveness, we have removed the token system and made it so Distortion only reactivates upon being chased. We'd have extended the duration slightly to help account. So does that mean like the moment you enter chase, it reactivates? That might be even easier than before. That might even be easier than before. Oh, they're picking up somebody, you run in front of them, you get the chase proc, and then you just leave, and you just have it back. That's, I mean, it fixes the rat playstyle, but like, they should have to be in chase for like a certain period of time. Just getting chased is not that hard. The chase mechanic is honestly fairly easy to trigger, but okay. Lucky Star now suppresses the grunts of pain and pools of blood as long as you were in the locker. This effect lingers for 30 seconds after exiting the locker. Was 10. Survivor remove no longer reveals survivors or generator auras. That's fine. Locker bait builds will work a lot better now with this perk. Yeah. Okay. Okay, killer perks. Let's see if we're getting the same massive buffs. Genetic limits. Anytime a survivor loses a health state, they suffer from exhaustion. Okay, no, I'm down for that. That is actually a massive buff. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Yeah, fuck your life. Fuck your sprint. Oh, well, your sprint burst is normally activated before, but fuck your life. Fuck your overcome. Fuck your balance landing. Jesus. All right. Leverage, rework. When a survivor performs an unhook, their healing speed is reduced by 30, 40, or 50% for 30 seconds. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm down for that. Thwack now starts with 3 tokens. They did the token idea! Gain 1 token upon hooking a survivor when breaking a pallet or breakable wall. Consume 1 token and cause survivors within 24 meters to scream and reveal their locations. Yes! They used the token idea! I'm not saying they got it from me, obviously, but this was one of my ideas to buff Thwack and make it like a really good information perk. Hell the fuck yes, bro. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Fuck yeah. Machine learning. The most recently damaged generator becomes compromised. They got rid of the 2-kick limit! Okay. All right, no, I'm down. Okay. Deathbound. Deathbound no longer has a distance requirement. Deathbound no longer has a duration and instead deactivates when the healer is hooked. This perk's range condition made it inconsistent to use. To simplify it and give it a nice boost in strength, we remove both the range requirement and the duration. I believe this is the one that makes them oblivious when they finish healing someone else. I'm fairly certain that's what this one is. Zenshin, when a survivor is, it's reworked. It's no longer windows of opportunity. When a survivor is within 6 meters of a dropped pallet, within 16 meters of your location, their aura is revealed for 6, 8, or 10 seconds. Holy shit! Oh my god! That is, oh my god. This might be one of the best chase tools, or best anti-loop tools in the game now. Holy fuck. DMS now applies only to the first survivor who, oh, for fuck's sake. Increased duration to the 40, 45, 30 seconds. Okay, sorry. Some people say they want me to read everything out because they don't watch the video, they just listen to it. So Dead Man's Switch now applies only to the first survivor who stops repairing a generator. Increased duration to 40, 45, and 50 seconds. Woohoo. Dead Man's Switch provides a very powerful effect, but can sometimes get out of hand when combined with other perks. We have changed it to activate only on the first survivor who stops repairing to limit how powerful it can be. Yeah, no, we gotta nerf slowdown, guys. But we'll make quick Gambit make gens go faster. We'll have Poised give you information on the killer for the entire fucking game. We're gonna give you endurance off the ground again. We're gonna give you information anytime the killer does their job and hits somebody. We're gonna fucking give you great skill checks if you fuck up, if one of your teammates fucks up. But slowing the game down, that's just too much. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, dude. Alright, Blood Echo. Blood Echo no longer has a cooldown. Reduced the duration to 20, 25, 30 seconds. This was whenever you hook somebody, all injured survivors become exhausted and I think oblivious. Good change, good buff. Crowd control. The last 3, 4, 5 vaults which survivors rush vault are blocked by the entity. This lasts until the totem is cleansed. Wow, they are really leaning into the anti-chase and anti-loop sections here. Predator. When a survivor escapes a chase, reveal their aura for 6 seconds. This perk then goes on cooldown for 40 seconds. That's a really big buff. I mean, it's a rework, but holy shit, that's a really good perk. That's a really good perk. All right, killer updates. Here we go. Skull Merchant. It doesn't look like they're doing too much. Change. Decrease the hindered penalty when scanned by a drone to 5%, was 10. Remove the Skull Merchant no longer gains haste when scanning a survivor. Okay. These two effects combined create a huge speed difference between killer and survivors. We have removed one and toned down the other. Change. Reduce the number of drone scan lines to 1. All right. Drones are now always in their active state. Okay. Drone scan lines are now invisible beyond 16 meters. What does this actually do for, like, everyone's problem with the character? Because all this seems like is that you just gave her, like, a really significant nerf. And that's it. I don't... Okay. I'm gonna be real with you, man. When they said they were redoing Skull Merchant, I expected more. I didn't expect you to just fucking disembowel her, but okay. All right, man. All right. The Hillbilly. This is gonna hurt me, isn't it? All right. Decrease the time before Overdrive starts to displate to 8 seconds, was 15. Okay. Decrease Overdrive movement speed to 11.5, was 13. Decreased Overdrive charges gained while revving and sprinting to 1.5 per second, was 2. Increased chains missed attack cooldown to 2.7 was 2.5. We can't have shit. We can't have fucking shit in this game, dog. Gens are faster, slowdowns nerfed, powerful killer gets to eat shit. There's still more to go, by the way. There's still more to go. Oh my fucking god, dude. What's next? The twins increase Victor's cooldown when crushed to 20 seconds, was 15. Increase the cooldown after Victor downs a survivor to 3.2. What? Why? Oh my god, please! Okay, I am not looking forward to the unknown. Oh. Oh my god, dude. This is sad. This is actually sad. There are so many killers in this game that need buffs and like actual increases, and they're just gutting good killers while buffing the shit out of survivor perks. I just... The unknown, who did not... I want to make this clear. The unknown did not need to be touched, except to like get rid of the buffer for looking at him as a form of counterplay. New HUD update to display teleport cooldown and hallucination spawn time. Movement speed now decreases sooner when charging your power, so you can't edging doesn't work as well anymore. So you can't, edge tech doesn't work that well anymore. Increased teleport recovery speed by 15%. Adjustments to blurry photo and vanishing box add-ons. Improved visual and audio feedback when using the UVX. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna read this dev note, but I literally don't fucking care. I literally don't fucking care, because this was not what he needed. In fact, he was fine as is. But whatever, dude. We tend to revisit killers a few months after they release and see if they need any balance changes. It turns out the unknown is already in a pretty good spot and well liked by players, so that makes our job easy this time around. If he was already in a good spot and well liked by players, why the fuck? I'm gonna keep reading. Tapping the power button can postpone a hallucination from spawning, but to a survivor it appears as if you're about to launch the UVX. This forces the survivors to constantly dodge and lose distance without slowing down the killer. We have reduced the window before the killer slows down while charging their power. This will make it harder to tap the power button without slowing down while focusing on the chase. Oh, okay, cool. So we just nerf his chase potential because fuck you. God forbid the survivors like actually have to like understand body language and learn how to play the game. Now we gotta noob proof everything. Okay, all right, cool. We noticed that the blurry photo add-on is a fan favorite, so we've incorporated part of its effect into the base kit and toned it down to compensate. This will allow more freedom to experiment with other add-ons without missing out. Here we go with the spreadsheet balancing again. Don't know why we keep doing this, but hey, fuck it, bro. We're already sticking the knife in and fucking twisting it a couple times. We have also toned down the vanishing box add-on, which was on the stronger side, by adding a trade-off to increase the hallucination spawn time, because that's necessary, right? I mean, his fucking power already has to hit you 3 fucking times in order to injure you. Might as well nerf one of the only add-ons that compensated for that. That, by the way, was not even that fucking, I mean, it's one of his best add-ons, but it wasn't that goddamn strong. I just want you to understand that. The vanishing box only affected the survivors who were on the generator when it got completed, and they can still cleanse it by just walking over to his dopey ass and staring at him while he's chasing someone else. Lastly, we've improved the VFX and SFX when using UVX. That's a lot of X's, and it's also wearing on my patience. This doesn't affect balance, but we'll make it clearer to newer unknown players that hitting a survivor with the blast is how you apply the weaken and deal damage, not with airborne hits. This is already clear to newer unknown players. I feel like I lost my voice. This is one of the worst mid-chapter patches I've ever seen in my life. For killers, by the way. If you're a survivor, you're popping bottles right now. You're actually actively popping bottles right now, but this is one of the worst patches for killer I've ever seen. This is just insane to me. This is legitimately just some of the worst decisions I've seen in a long time. First, we're getting rid of ebony Morys and green Morys and giving it more fucking blood point bonuses because that's what we needed, I guess. Fuck your creativity, fuck everything, just screw you. And then the teamwork power, the 2 teamwork buffs or whatever, nobody really gives a shit about that. But corrective action, massive buff. Inner focus, massive buff. We're gonna live forever, massive buff. Poised, massive, actually giga buffed. Blood rush, massive buff. Quick gambit, giga buffed to all hell. This honestly could realistically is probably like a top B tier, almost bottom A tier perk, and probably is a lot stronger in coordinated teams where you just hand this off to your god looper and just win the game. Fuck you. Like honestly, just fuck you. Distortion actually honestly is pretty much a gigantic buff. It removes the ratting problem, but not really also. Like this is way stronger than you think it is. I guarantee you that. Lucky Star, I'm fine with it. It's a massive buff, but you know, it doesn't affect that much. Then we get into the killer perks. Massive buff for genetic limits, but it doesn't do as much as you think it does. Leverage, massive buff, doesn't do as much as you think it does. Thwack, massive buff, but doesn't do as much as you think it does. Machine learning, massively good change, but doesn't do as much as you think it does. Deathbound, doesn't do as much as you think it does. Zanchin tactics, really massive buff, does do as much as you think it does. Dead Man Switch, massive nerf. Blood Echo, really good buff, doesn't do as much as you think it does. Hex Crowd Control, really good buff, doesn't do as much as you think it does. Predator, massive buff, does as much as you think it does. But then we got the Skull Merchant, we massively nerf Hillbilly, we massively nerf the twins, and we get changes to the unknown that nobody fucking asked for. This is probably one of the worst patches for killer I've ever seen. I've been with this game for almost 2 years now. October 30th will be 2 years I've been playing this game. I did my very first patch notes video way back when. I think if my playlist is to be believed, I've done well over 51 News by Daylight videos, and probably a little over half of those have been patch note videos, and I honestly think this is the most survivor-sided patch I've ever seen. I'm just disappointed, man. I'm not, it's not even that like, oh, I'm a killer main and, you know, I want survivors to suffer. Like, I'm glad some of these perks are getting buffed, and I'm glad that a lot of the perks that are getting buffs and getting reworks and stuff are perks that needed them. You know, I'm always down for that. And I'm not saying that the killer perk buffs aren't also good, but they're nowhere near on the same level or the same amount as the survivor perk buffs that have happened. And this game is already frustrating. You already lose gens at a frighteningly fast pace once you get into, not even high MMR, just mid MMR. You're already losing gens at a stupid fast pace, and now it's going to be even easier for the survivors to finish. Like, their survivors are going to be able to finish them faster. Survivors are always going to, unless you're playing an undetectable killer, survivors are always going to know where the fuck you're at, because they're just adding so much, like, they're info dumping onto people, and I'm just so irritated. I'm so, like, this is just, we're baby proofing the survivor side, and we're creating just even more problems. And not only does this like create more problems in like just like people who are duo queuing, but now when you do get those coordinated 4-man swifts or 3-man swifts, you know, they don't happen that often, but when you do get them and they're highly coordinated, they could just make your life hell, dude. Like, absolutely fucking hell. It is going to be near impossible to win against a coordinated 3 to 4-man swift. It will be near impossible to win. And then on top of all of that, they just gut the shit out of several killers. For what? For what reason? Now, I'm not saying that Hillbilly and Twins aren't going to still be strong, but there's no reason to they didn't need changes. These did not need to happen. I'm sorry, but Hillbilly was not in that strong of a state that this needed to occur. And this isn't just nerfs, guys. Like, this isn't just minor shit. They're cutting the they're basically cutting the overdrive timer in half, right? They're severely reducing the overdrive's movement speed because fuck you, that's why. They're decreasing how often overdrive comes up. And then they're making it to where if you miss a chainsaw, and you're gonna miss a lot of them because the hit boxes fucking suck, then you're just even more punished than you were before. Now they have even more time to get to a window, more time to get to a safe pallet, more time to make it to a loop that you can't curve around, because not every loop in this game can be curved around. Meanwhile, Nurse can miss an attack, you can fucking take off running through 14 walls and up 3 floors, and she can instantly blink right back on top of you by the time you get to where you're going, no matter what. So fuck the Hillbilly for having a good goddamn time. We just got to keep Nurse at the top of the fucking peak. Like we're not gonna nerf the problematic killers. We're gonna nerf killers that didn't need to be fucking touched. We're gonna change killers that didn't need to be fucking touched with the unknown. Meanwhile, you've got fucking Ghostface and Legion and Myers and Trapper and fucking Pig and all of them sitting at the bottom of the fucking tier list. They're in the Freddy. They're all in the shit barrel, crying, screaming, begging for something to make their lives fucking less miserable, so that people who play the fucking characters can actually have a good goddamn time without having to run quad slowdown and sweat their asses off every match. Why the fuck do survivors get all their bad shit buffed and their good shit left alone? Meanwhile, killers, we can't have our bad shit buffed without having all of our good shit killed. I'm not saying that the fucking game is survivor or killer sided, the devs or survivor or killer sided. What I'm saying is that this patch is survivor sided, and I'm fucking pissed. I've gone on for 30 minutes now. I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm pissed and I'm just tired. Thank you so much to all my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to find out how to become a channel member, they get awesome perks, 16 videos, early merch discount codes, and more. Please click that join button down below. I'm sorry, guys. This patch made me really fucking angry. This patch made me really goddamn angry, bro. Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.